All right. Now, I guess you must have read the certified true copy of the Supreme Court judgment that set aside the leadership of Abure. And in place of that, your constitution says, just as he read to us, that the deputy national chairman shall act if the national chairman is out of place. Now, what's your thought on this?
Yeah, the CTC is really very well. We all, our lingua franca here is English. Okay. It didn't say the leadership of Abure has been set aside. He only said he set aside the ruling of the lower court, declaring pronouncing Abure as chairman for want of jurisdiction. And if a court tells you that it doesn't have jurisdiction, it means the substantive matter was not taken at all. It's presumed not to have been taken, and so you return to status quo. That is the meaning of that judgment. That is the meaning of the Supreme Court judgment.
Well,
no court has the power to decide over the leadership of any political party as far as Nigeria is concerned.
Well, Mr. Olorunfemi,
the Supreme Court is very clear about it.
Mr. Olorunfemi, I believe you heard your colleague here when Mr. Apapa, where he said he has declared himself as the acting national chairman of the party. But, you know, the Abure faction and also the caretaker committee are still locked in a power tussle. With the current situation, where does this leave, you know, Mr. Abure?
We will resolve.
Okay. Okay, let me just read for his benefit also, for your purpose of the public, the part of the Supreme Court ruling.
Okay.
In summary, I quote, in summary, both the trial courts and the court below had no jurisdiction to entertain the suit of the first respondent, that of the Labour Party.
Okay.
Say, consequent upon the foregoing, the decision of both the trial court and the courts below recognizing Barrister Julius Abure as the national chairman of the first respondent are hereby set aside for and struck out for want of jurisdiction. That's a certified true copy. Yeah. But he is saying that back to status quo. Yeah, you want to comment on this back to status quo, not going by this ruling of the Supreme Court?
That is why I keep on saying there is a difference between knowledge and wisdom. You can be, when you blow grammar and you cannot interpret it, there's a problem. If a court has conferred on Abure as the national chairman, something led to why he was asked not to be called national chairman. It was not just a tea party. There was an issue against him. And the Superior Court now said, the court that gave you that order has no authority. That same order that suspended him is still hanging on his neck. And that's my annoyance with them. Is that particular issue is still hanging on his neck. And that time I said, you cannot be a judge in your own matter. If you have been accused of any wrongdoing, you step aside and let us investigate. He did not. So if you fail to do that, and you keep on operating as if you are above the law, then and that's why we have this crisis. Nobody should behave as if it's above the law.
Well, Mr. Olorunfemi.
Yeah.
All right.
If I may correct that impression, please.
All right, go ahead.
When he said there was a court judgment that suspended Abure, another court also said nobody has the power to suspend Abure. That court, the two corresponding, the two courts of equal jurisdiction.
What did the Supreme Court say?
Contradictory.
What did the Supreme Court say?
The other was don't suspend him.
What was the ruling of the Supreme Court?
Let's go to the substantive matter before us. We are discussing the Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court ruling is not as a result of anybody suspending Abure as an issue. It has to do with a clear case of INEC pretending not to know and avoided the Labour Party from participating in the training that it organized for with respect to Ondo governorship election. And in seeking that recognition, we have to go to court with INEC. In the process of while the court process was going on, the Naji caretaker committee came to join, and we never opposed our joining, because we knew quite well that the constitution is very clear. The constitution of the party is very clear, and that one cannot even say true. However, the court came out. Don't forget that there was a court judgment ab initio that looked at where this group of people, not Apapa now, and there's another group went to court to say that the national convention held in Enugu should not be, Anambra State, should not be recognized. And the court looked at it and said, I don't have jurisdiction to look at anything that has to do with leadership. However, if I want to look at the convention, the process that led to that convention, assuming without considering that I don't have jurisdiction. If I want to look at that convention, it followed due process, it followed the electoral act, it followed the party constitution guidelines and everything, and therefore that convention is legit.
Well, Mr.
There's a
Olorunfemi,
judgment on that, which we are not talking about.
Mr.
The one we are talking about now is the one that has to do with INEC, where INEC decide to informally they recognize the party, and we took INEC to court, and the court ordered that Abure should be treated as the chairman of the party and be accorded with all the recognition.
All right, Mr. Olorunfemi, we'll still come back to you because we need to take a quick break right now.